What's going on, good people? Rich here, back at it again with another episode of Best Episode Ever, presented by the Culture Garden Podcast, where we are recovering Entourage. 20th year anniversary. We made it to season 8, the finale season of the show. I'm not here by myself, of course. Here with the good brothers, Chaz and Spike Lou. Fellas, how y'all feeling?
What up, though?
Feeling good, feeling great. How are you?
No doubt, man. Here at well, before we even start, I do have to give a shout out real quick, man. Gotta give a shout out because I've shouted out my brother Donovan a few times already on this show. I want to give him a shout out too, man, because we lost a legend, man. His pops, Buddy Campbell, passed away this past Monday. He was a legend in the community, man. Everybody knew Buddy. Just an incredible person. I'll have more to say on different platforms and things, but I want to make sure that every time I record this week, I do just keep his name alive. Prayers for my brother Donovan, just because Buddy shaped all of us, man. The whole crew from elementary. You know how it is when you grow up with somebody. You know their families, you know their parents. It becomes your family as well. So proper condolences, man. R.I.P. Buddy, you were a legend. Shout out to my brother Donovan, man. We love you. Just want to give him a shout out and support as well. It didn't feel right to just start things as normal when I know something like that's going on. So I wanted to make sure I gave those condolences. But as far as best episode ever, just want to let people know we don't get fucked. We do the fucking. We do the fucking over here at best episode ever. I'm looking forward to talking about season 8 with you fellas. A lot of other content that we record. Please check the link tree in the episode description for that. Like, subscribe, share. There will be spoilers and explicit content. And if you've been with us this long, then you know the whole goal of this was to take a television series. We chose Entourage, discuss each season, make a top 5 list of each episode, and the winner of each list moves on to the finale, which we'll be recording next week. As far as a recap of those picks, you know what? We'll do that at the end. Once we have everything finalized, we'll just talk about all the episodes that are going to the finale. The series was created by Doug Ellen. Mark Wahlberg is basically loosely based on his life, and it stars Adrian Grenier as Vince, Kevin Connolly as E, Kevin Dillon as Johnny Drama, Jerry Ferrara as Turtle, and Jeremy Piven as R.E. Gold. Season 8.
Loosely being based off Mark Wahlberg's life. Was he Vince? You think?
Yeah, he was Vince. Originally, so before it became this show, it was supposed to be a darker show.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah. It was supposed to be a darker show, but they was like, nah, that ain't gonna work. So they made it lighter. Yeah, he's definitely supposed to be Vince. And a lot of the stuff is like stories from his.
Yeah.
I'm imagining like the Boogie Nights days, things like that, just up and coming in Hollywood. Because some of this shit wild. Season 8 made its debut July 24th of 2011, the final season. I'm glad it was the final season. I said it last week. They should have wrapped it up after season 6. Nice, clean exit, 8 episodes. I'm going to start with you, Spike Lou. What were your overall thoughts on season 8?
You know, Rich, as you just mentioned, man, I couldn't get that out of my head. What you said, it should have ended in 6. And I thought about that as I was watching 7 and 8. This would have been a perfect series, and it would have been right there with the top of the top for me if 7 and 8 didn't exist. Not to say, though, that I didn't enjoy 7 and 8, because even with this season, I enjoyed it. It just wasn't as good as that first 6. It just feels like, okay, people think this is popular, so we want to keep doing it to make money from it with the last 2 seasons, especially with this one only being 8 episodes. I just hated what they did with Ari in this season. E was like, I will get into E, I'm sure, but E did nothing for me this season. It bothered me that we never get the on-screen Sloan and E breakup. Like they always do it off screen and then come back the next season with it. But you always wonder, like, damn, what happened? I picked up on that trend this time around, and all it stems from what you said about season 6, because that's such an accurate statement. Like, this would have been probably in my top 8 shows if it ended at 6. Like it wouldn't have been no waste. But now that you got these, it's like, I forgot about this, and it just waters it down a little bit. So with that being said, still enjoy being in this world. the last episode was still very impactful. As you feel like, man, this is wrapping up, man. Like I'm losing some friends. It's like your friend moving away. So yeah, I did enjoy the season. Just doesn't measure up to the first 6.
Chaz, what about you?
I completely agree with Spike. I don't know if I could have said it any better. I mean when we spoke before I think we all kind of agreed that this show is outside of the top 10 basically because it ran 2 seasons too long.
Yep.
And I don't think that if I don't know if I still would have it outside of the top 10, I think, but it probably would be 6 or 7. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean just you want your team to you want the home team to go out on top, and there was no better way than to do that than season 6. So I don't know. I do know why they continued it. I mean, but I also know why they ended it at 8 abruptly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
if this went past 8, it would have been nuts.
Oh yeah, that would have been trash.
It's really hard to sustain great writing past season 5 of any show. There's not one show that I can think of that went more than 5 seasons that you was like, you know what, the writing is superb. I can't think of one 6 right now.
Sopranos.
Outside, but see now when you say the Sopranos, right? The Sopranos it wasn't affected by the writer strike, was it?
Nah, it was a couple years before. Writer strike was
right.
08.
Right. So yeah. So I'll give you I will give you the Sopranos because the season 6 is probably my favorite season out of the Sopranos. To be honest with you, I loved it. There's some things that I probably wouldn't have done, but you know, all in all, I think it's one of the best seasons.
Real quick question. What do you think about the dream sequences? The dream episodes in Sopranos?
I mean, shit, man, honestly, that the Sopranos is one of them shows that so it's in my top 5. And being that's in my top 5, when you get in my top 5, there's very few episodes that I don't like to even make it in my top 5. I liked every episode. Now with the dream episodes, you talking about Tony's?
Yeah, we don't got to get too deep into it. This is an Entourage podcast, so I don't want to get too deep.
Okay,
but we'll talk about that another time.
Before you move on,
Spike and myself are about to talk about some dream episodes here soon, so I'm just mentally getting myself prepared for it. What were you about to say, Spike?
I got to think about that, what you said, Chaz, because I can't think of nothing off the top of my head. But I don't know that you're right, but it's a really good observation in the sense of I can't think of a show past season 5 where, like you said, the writing has held up. Like it always fall off, and that's why shows usually go about 4 seasons now, or they'll stop at 5 now. But I can't think of anything that I like where it's still like even with some of my favorites like Lost, shit, fucking Sopranos, even
it don't matter.
Like it don't matter. Yeah, like that's a really good observation. I ain't never even thought about that. You can't go.
That's why I hope. That's why I really
Game of Thrones.
Shit, Sam Crow.
Sam Crow. Yep, Sons of Anarchist. That's the same way. Damn. Not a lot of people. I will say the worst final season of a show that I liked is How I Met Your Mother. How I Met Your Mother was the worst. That was the worst final season of any show I've ever really liked. Like really had in contention. I put sitcoms in their own categories compared to like dramas.
Yeah.
But when it comes to sitcoms, How I Met Your Mother was up there. Then that final season, they shit the bed.
I've been told that. I never watched it though. Modern Family might hold up. Modern Family might hold up through 6 seasons if you put sitcoms in there. That might, because that shit was still funny to the very end.
No, it was still funny, but I mean that's not.
It wasn't as funny. Yeah, that's true.
It wasn't as funny, and I don't know about the superb writing though. It was, you know what I'm saying. There was episodes that they had really good episodes here and there, But like,
That's why I hope that this is the final season of the Bear. I hope season 4 is it.
They could have ended it. They could have ended it right here. It should be over.
Yeah.
They need one more. They need one more. It was originally they need one more because of how season 3 went. But you're absolutely right. Going into season 3, they should have written it with the plan. Apparently, it was supposed to be 3 seasons, and the network said, "Hell no, y'all giving us one more."
Y'all can't.
So yeah, but either way, back to Entourage. As far as season 8 and what I thought, for one, it made me realize how much I didn't like season 7. And I don't even want to say didn't like because I watched season 7 and it was entertaining. But this version of Vince, the same Vince we got in the first 6 seasons, and just to have that one off season where he's just all over the place, I get it. I get the reasoning, but also it just felt kind of cheap, and not to kind of serious out the podcast, but they really just played around with the addiction thing. Like, what was the point of doing that if you just immediately going back to drinking brews and all that? It was just kind of one of those things where I smoked a joint just to make sure I wasn't like, you didn't need that storyline if that's what Vince was going to be, which is why you don't go down that storyline anyway, because now you have to make Vince a different character the same way you did with Billy Walsh. Even Billy Walsh, remember last season he said, "I don't cuss, I don't drink." Billy Walsh is back to cussing. And when we get to the movie, Billy Walsh is back to Billy Walsh. So
yeah,
why introduce these like holier than thou storylines for characters we know are going to follow them, because it makes it cheaper. I would have rather them say it, because Vince said it in the season, "I only went to rehab to avoid jail." I would rather that have been the whole play anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just like for them to make him an addict and go to like, bro, I'm only here. Like, tell old girl in there when she say, "Hey, sobers." Like, it just looked. It was just a little bit cheap in that sense. However,
I agree.
There was a lot of gimmicky stuff that you expect in the final season. But and shout out to Mo, because Mo was talking about this earlier. Here's an example of some of that gimmicky stuff and continuity. We know in season 2 that Dana Gordon had a child because Ari left his family to go talk to Dana Gordon about Aquaman. Right? And now she's single with no kids.
Her pick her up.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like, she's single.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is now she's single with no kids. So those type of things. But the same way Mo said it to me earlier, or said it to me and Spike, it don't really matter with Entourage.
Yeah, this world don't matter.
This world don't matter. And I said my response to Mo was, anything is possible in Hollywood.
Yeah, that's a good.
This show is the epitome of that. This show is the epitome of that. So none of that stuff really mattered. It was an enjoyable episode 8, because I've said this before, but one of the things that great shows do, outside of knowing when to end, they get you invested in these characters to where it doesn't really matter what this is about. I'm still watching because I'm hanging with the fellas. I say it all the time. That's why they make 10 Fast Furious movies, because people want to hang out with Dom and them. Like, they want to hang with that crew. And that's what Entourage is. It don't matter what y'all really doing. I talk shit about it if it was a season 9, but y'all know we would have watched. Like, that's the home team. That's the crew.
Facts.
So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the season. It wasn't the best work, of course. Not a bad way at all to land a plane, to land a series, no matter how absurd it is. When you've seen as much crazy shit as they've shown us throughout the 7 seasons, some of the stuff just really isn't that crazy. It's kind of believable. It doesn't take much to sell me on it to be like, all right, then I can see that.
Yeah, even the marriage. Like, I could see that.
Even the marriage. I can see it happening. And let me say this. I don't know if there's a rankings for this. I don't know if anybody's ever made a list of like best friends in television history. But season 8, Vinny Chase, it's one of the best human beings who ever walked Earth.
On the planet. You made your man a millionaire. Like, come on, bro. Like, I got a question for y'all as I thought about this, and there's an obvious answer, but if you think a little deeper about it, it may not be so obvious. Who's the main character of this show?
E.
I've
always looked at the show.
So I'm not crazy.
I've always looked at the show as E. Yeah, E's yeah. I've always viewed the show as E being the main.
They would lead you to believe that it's Vince, but it's not Vince. It's E. Because every show they open up talking about E. E's life is what makes the show move forward. That's what the conversations are about. That's who everybody dealing with. And you would think, just from like not looking at it from a deep perspective, is the show is about Vince. Vince is the star, but that ain't true. E is the star of the show.
Yeah, he's this story is about E for sure, 100%.
I never thought about it like that until you actually just said it, but you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
It didn't hit me to watching it this time through. I was like, this show is about E. It ain't about Vince.
You go back to season 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's about E trying to become a manager. We talking
Yep.
about E coming out here. E doing this. E was pizza boy. We're looking at this show from E's point of view. He's the avatar for us. Remember, Drama,
Yeah.
Turtle, Vince, they've been out there.
Yeah.
They've been out there. We coming out there with E and we living it through him. He's definitely the main character. Without question. Without question. Speaking of E, probably the best quote to describe E in this entire series was spoken by Vince in The Wiz Kid. It made perfect sense, and it summed up E's character so perfectly. Vince told him, "You like to tell me what I've done wrong. You don't like to fix things." And this season was the epitome of that because E,
Yes.
Spike, you said it. You said the perfect word. E was insufferable this season.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Like, to be a grown-ass adult businessman who really came from Sbarro to moving and shaking in Hollywood, some of the things that you would like huff and puff and pout about was insane to me.
insane. Like he lucky Scott Lavin a good dude, man. That's what he like. Scott Lavin really should have took him outside a couple times, bro.
I'd have pushed him out.
Man.
I got a couple more questions before we get into quotes and all that stuff. But let's talk about celebrity appearances. Obviously, 8 episodes. There were a lot of them. Episode 1, we had Brandon Williams. He was in rehab with Vince. Obviously, gave Vince the hug. Told him he looks amazing. He was on 5 Towns with Drama, if y'all remember him. So Brandon Williams was in that episode. Johnny Galecki and Andrew Dice Clay. Andrew Dice Clay is the majority of this season, so I'll just say that right now. Episode 2, we have Christian Slater. Shout out to Christian Slater. True Romance is one of my favorite movies of all time. Incredible film. Hold on, was that Christian Slater?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say I'm tripping. Yeah, and Arquette, the girl was Arquette. I can't remember what her first name was. Either way, True Romance, one of the best movies of all time. Episode 3, we had Mark Cuban, Jamie Kennedy. Episode 4, Bobby Flay. We'll definitely talk about Bobby Flay. Episode 5, Melinda Clark and Jamie Kennedy. Episode 6, Scott Conant, the chef. He had a very brief appearance in the episode. I know Chaz fuck with the cooking shows. Spike fuck with the cooking shows. I had to shout out the chef because we've seen him all over the place. We have Steve Tisch, who was at the card game with the New York Giants jersey on. Famous producer, nigga produced Forrest Gump. Say less.
Okay. He's like, I know you know who that is, right?
Yeah, you know who this guy is. Yeah, he produced Forrest Gump. He's produced Equalizer 3. He produced a lot of things. He's a legend, legendary producer. Melinda Clark and David Spade also in that episode. Episode 7, we have Johnny Galecki, Melinda Clark, Mark Cuban, Mark Teixeira, Amari Stoudemire, Michael Strahan, Alex Rodriguez, Mike Ditka, and Barry Alvarez. They went OD on the last one. And I don't think we had any appearances in the final episode. I think they just left it to the crew. So shout out to them. As far as movies and films this season, Vince comes up with the Chilean minor movie of the week concept for drama. And obviously they do mention that Aaron Walker will be filming in March. It's not 2007 anymore. Vince was able to hold on to the movie, and he will be starring as it films in March. But everything else is just wrapping up the series. So first things first, let's talk about Mr. and Mrs. Ari. Let me ask you all a question. It's like, you know what I'm about to say. You know what lyric I'm about to go to. I ain't going to nobody nothing. Me and my wife beefing.
I don't care.
The house on fire. I'm dying, nigga. I ain't leaving. Like, the fact that Ari, I just want to ask y'all, this is wild. Maybe I'm tripping. Ari's marriage is breaking apart. Why is Ari at the precinct with Vince? You see all these handlers that Vince got. Why am I pushing back therapy to be here when you got everybody else that can cover this for you? Am I crazy for thinking that he out of pocket for being there?
He was trying to get divorced.
You say he was trying to get divorced. He definitely was doing a good job of trying to get divorced.
Hey.
No, I don't think you're crazy for asking that. I think part of the problem with this season is this position that they put Ari in, because This goes two ways, like you just said, Rich. If it were the Ari in seasons 1 through 6, I would say that you're crazy for saying that because he's working for Vince. He's trying to get Vince in these spots. He's still trying to get his face to be seen. Vince is probably one of his number one clients. So yeah, I'm gonna show up for this, regardless of what's going on at the crib. It's just that's the mode that I'm in. But we've seen how successful he's became over the last 2 seasons. I don't gotta do this. I don't have to show up for you being booked. I don't. Not that I don't care. I'm a part of the family, bro, and I'm gonna call you and you make sure you're good. But I'm not. Me and my like you said, me and my wife going through it. All of my focus is right here on saving my home, bro. So you could understand, especially as understanding as Vince is, that I'm not coming to that. So you're not crazy for thinking that, but they kind of pulled us in two directions with that. There's no reason for R to be there because he ain't working on nothing anyway for Vince. He got Airwalkers. He working on the shit with the mind. Like I don't have really, and that's what I don't like about this season of Ari's storyline. He really didn't have anything to do, so they threw the marriage shit on.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had all of Vince's jobs secured. Like Ari really didn't have to talk to nobody or Debo nobody. So we're gonna throw him in a marriage debacle and see how that looks with Ari. And I ain't fuck with that at all.
Chaz, what about you? You got anything to add to that?
I mean, I'm kind of with y'all. I didn't really understand that. I didn't really understand him getting a divorce. I mean, well, him even going through all this stuff, even from
Where did it
season
come
7.
from? How did
I understand you got embarrassed, baby, but damn, for real? Like we got kids, we gotta nah, we ain't throwing this away over your embarrassment. They made it seem like it was way different than it was.
I agree with that, but the only thing I give them bail on is they gave us that she was rich already. So I could see with her having her own money being like, man, I ain't got to deal with this shit. I could see that. But at the same time, I agree with you, Chaz. Like, how did it get this serious? What nigga done moved out of the house and like what we doing?
Y'all niggas sound terrible for one, because she definitely said in one of the therapy sessions why.
She
I'm
did
not saying
bullshit, though, Rich. Come on, that was bullshit. Like, come on, baby. Like,
yeah.
what you talking about?
On, man.
I don't listen to you.
Nah.
Hey,
I feel like it was fixable. That's all I'm saying. I feel like it was fixable.
That's why I got fixed.
I've seen people go through worse and still pull out. And still pull out the, you know what I'm saying, the marriage right back, you know what I'm saying, get right back into it and everything be, you know what I'm saying, it take a minute, but I've seen it happen. This shit it's true Hollywood shit.
Yeah, y'all the worst type of niggas. I just want the record to be known about that.
I know my position in life. I accept it.
I do have a question. So with that being said, if we on the same vein of things, I kind of know what the answer is going to be for this, but I got to ask y'all anyway. So Ari takes Dana to Bobby Flay's restaurant, and Bobby Flay comes out and says something, right? Later on, Mrs. Ari, who we never heard her first name until this season, her first name is Melissa. First person to say her name was Bobby Flay. That's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah. Mrs. Ari.
I was thinking about that when he said it.
Yeah, Mrs. Ari calls Ari on some like, I'm embarrassed and I'm hurt because you brought Dana Gordon. Was she out of pocket for being an embarrassing hurt when you out here dating Bobby Flay?
Nah, see, I'm gonna throw you a curveball in this. I don't think so.
Okay. She wasn't
out of pocket. I don't think so. Nah, because he was out of pocket and even going there with her. And
he was definitely out of
pocket.
And
it was always suspected that you've been like once you go through the breakup, you can't go to the chick that she always thought you was fucking anyway. You're gonna look really crazy.
The friend they told
chicks
you not
do
to
it all
about.
The time.
Yeah, chicks do it, but we can't do that. If you want to be a respectable, if that's your wife and the mother of your kids, you can't go to that chick. Now, if it's just like we was dating and then I'm gonna do it anyway, that ain't the mother of my kids, and I ain't trying to get back with her, then you go with the Dana Gordon. That's the nice, fuck it. I always wanted to anyway. But like, if I got a wife and kids and I know I ain't over her, I ain't going to Dana Gordon. You can't do that. Even though that's the layup, you can't do that one though.
What about you, Chaz? Hey, pretty much this nigga Spike just told us if he was Jody and Baby Boy, he ain't fucking no girl. That's pretty much
To
what
work
Spike
with
just told us. Yeah,
Huh.
Pandora. Yeah, but Spike just said he ain't fucking Pandora. That's what he just told us. Anyway, Chaz, what
Nah,
you
I
say?
probably wouldn't have fucked. I wouldn't have fucked
So-
Pandora. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, I'm already over Pandora's crib. And we already come on, man.
Y'all
Stop
would have
playing
never
with
even
me.
went over there. I'm pulling
I
up to the.
wouldn't.
To,
I
I'm
wouldn't
pulling
have
up to the
either.
job in her car and like, nah, I can't fuck her.
I wouldn't have gone over there either. But if I'm already there, I'm gonna feel the guilt of cheating. So I might as well be. You might as well be right.
Shit. That's a
Your
really good
intuition might as well be
comparison.
right, baby. Chaz,
Oh,
man, what
man.
about you? Was Mrs. Ari out of pocket?
2 questions. Are you fucking Pandora and is Miss Ari out of pocket?
Yeah, are you fucking Pandora for one? The baby boy. And
yeah,
Mrs.
in
Ari out of
Baby
pocket.
Boy. Yeah, in Baby Boy. Yeah, I'm probably
Oh
gonna
wow,
fuck her.
y'all niggas is crazy.
Yeah,
If I'm in that situation, but
if
like
I'm
y'all said,
in-
I'm not.
if
I'm not
already
in the
there.
situation. I'm not putting myself in there.
right.
I put myself
But
in
I
there.
would have
Like Kanye
now
said.
me personally, I would have avoided that situation. But if I was him in that movie, in that situation, yeah, I probably would have fucked.
Like listen, like Kanye said on Can't Tell Me Nothing. How you stay faithful in a room full of hoes. That nigga said you leave the room.
Right.
That's how you do it. You leave the room. So I would never even be in no situation to be with Pandora one-on-one time because I know I'm cracking if I'm one-on-one with you.
Right.
Like I don't trust myself enough.
I don't trust myself enough either. So I'm with you. But as far as Mrs. Ari, nah, she wasn't out of pocket. He was definitely out of pocket though, because you know what? Y'all in LA. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of restaurants you can go to. You do not have to go to one that he owns. You did that so to make sure he got that he would relay the message to you. And that was a real dickhead ass move. Cause you over there heard that you fucking with Bobby Flay. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I ain't gonna tell you, I'm not one to tell anybody how they should feel when they're upset or how they should react when they're upset. My dad always said when I was growing up, if you ever feel disrespected, act accordingly. So obviously he felt disrespected, so he did some shit. So you know that's on him. But me personally, yeah, he was out of pocket. She was not out of pocket. She should feel that way. But at the same time, you should be working on your marriage, ho. Like, what the fuck is going on? Why are you dating anybody? Like, I should not. We should never have the conversation where I'm seeing somebody now. What the fuck is you talking about? Like, I thought we were separated.
She said she had to see what's going on, so she know what's good. She had to go test the market, man.
Man, fuck all that.
Hey, that just made me think of something though. That just made me think of something. Do you think Ari would have started messing with Dana Gordon had she not been seeing someone? Like if she was genuinely like just working on the marriage, you think he would have been cool too? Because I think that was a reactionary thing. He started messing with Dana because
it definitely was.
Yeah.
It definitely was reactionary. I think that if she never would have done that, if he never would have had that conversation with her, he would have still been on trying to fix his marriage. Like that would have been his top main goal, you know, instead of trying to hurt her or try to get back or try to anything like that. It was completely reactionary. And when your feelings are hurt, man, you don't know how you're gonna fucking react a lot of the fucking time until it actually fucking happens. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Fair
and
point.
it's like what they build up with Ari over the first 7 seasons, like I'm Ari gold. Like if you're gonna go date Bobby Flay, of course I'm gonna go date the head of the studio who I already got interacted. I guess it was 20 years ago or whatever it may be. So yeah, I think it made a lot of sense. And no, he wouldn't have done it if she had not been dating Bobby Flay. So she started the messiness, but I think just as a man, you can't get into that with her.
You definitely can't.
I wouldn't have went nowhere with Dana Gordon, but I definitely would have clapped them cheeks like low key. Like we ain't going to Bobby Flay's restaurant though.
No, not. But I do got a question for y'all and this kind of goes back to what Rich was alluding to. Like in several episodes, Ari talks about his fidelity and how he's like he would say stuff like I I've never cheated on my wife, but I'll let you jerk me in the car right now to Dana. He just say crazy shit. But in the first season, do you remember him asking E about
Yeah.
Emily? Yeah, she's attractive. You think I should fuck her?
I think
Like,
he was doing
what?
that to fuck with Edo.
Yeah, I think he was just fucking
What
with E. But
you
I
think
remember what
that?
you're talking about.
But
Yeah.
but
Do-
but
I
to
think Ari
Chaz's
was a
point,
faithful dude.
to Chaz's point though, in the pilot episode, the very first episode, when him and E had that dinner, the sushi spot, he said, "Guess who I'm fucking?" And that nigga E said, Mrs. Ari."
Yeah,
He said, and then he said some model's name. But to flip that,
I
if
forgot
I go
about that.
against that, but to go against that, we just talked about it earlier this episode. There's a lot of continuity issues that they had in those first couple episodes and seasons, like drama and Vince really being half brothers, not full brothers. Ari's kids, like he had a completely different daughter. He didn't even have a son. Like it was so. There's a lot of stuff you can let slide.
hey, you
Like,
know
that
he
nigga Ari,
goes back to being his half brother again.
I don't remember that, but I will say
No,
this nigga Ari.
I'll tell you. So in the movie,
In the movie, we'll talk about it in the movie. Say that. Say that thought. Remember, write it down though. I'm gonna come back and talk to it. I might pick it up myself. We'll definitely talk about that. But I was just gonna point out in season 3 that it might have been What About Bob? That nigga Ari with the straight face. When Bob was trying to find out who the leak was at the studio, and he didn't want to give up his source, and his nigga finally said Dana Corder. That nigga Ari said, "I used to fuck her back in the day, so she owes me." I ain't never heard a line so fucking cold in my life. I used to fuck her back in the day, so she owes me. You know how fried that shit is.
He loved it because he always referencing their relationship.
That
nigga always referencing like him fucking her and all that shit. Like, so he really fucked with her. That's why it was just called when, you know what I'm saying, he couldn't bag the young chick, which was insane, by the way.
Even I ain't never said no fried shit like that. I used to fuck her back in the day.
I'm actually sure
he owes me.
I ain't never said it out loud,
sure,
but I may have thought that before.
Yeah, I'm sure this nigga Rich has said some shit like that. Like this
he started before. I know
he
Rich
got too many classic lines,
nigga.
Yeah,
he's definitely thought it before. He may not have said it to nobody.
Yeah, I definitely crossed some lines.
Real, I don't know if you got this question down, but I want to ask if y'all were Ari, since we're on the subject, would y'all have fucked a young chick?
Not after the condom shit. Nah. That nigga said, "Don't even think about ripping another condom off me." Hell nah, bruh. Hell nah. First of all, you giving this up way too easy. You giving this up way too easy.
Hey, that's the generation she from, bro. I can't hate her for living her life, man.
Hey, y'all know who that is in real life?
Who's that?
That's Jerry Ferrara's wife. That's Turtle's wife in real life.
Really?
Yep. She used to be Miss Ohio. She used to be Miss Ohio. She's from Ohio. Turtle lives. Jerry Ferrara lives in Cleveland.
She fine.
He live in the same city as me.
I would have knocked her down. I ain't even gonna hold you. So when the little roommate bum ass left, I'm in and out of her. She would have never heard from me again either. That would have been.
She would have wanted to.
That would have been one and done.
But what's crazy is, she gave the signs. She told that nigga like, because the artist was like, "What you think I was gonna do?" She was like, "I don't know. I ain't never been on a dinner date ever." She like, "What do you normally do on dates?" And she pretty much looked at him like, "Nigga, what you mean?"
I get down.
Yeah,
basically that's what she mean. I get down. Like, well, you trying to get down or what?
Yeah.
Like, we ain't even got to order the food. We can get a couple shots and we can go.
We can go. We can go back to the crib.
Yeah.
You told that nigga you got to fuck me very quietly. Come on, man. I already had the green light. He said, "I can't do this."
I was just about to ask, boy, you get the green light like that. It's like, nigga, check, please. Like, we out of here.
Yeah, man. The last thing I want to talk to about Ari is, well, first of all, you got to talk about him showing up to the crib respectfully and Bobby Flay being there. But the balls on Bobby Flay. The balls on Bobby Flay telling her, "I'll get it." Could you imagine, Chaz? Could you imagine you showing up and a nigga answer your door?
Hey, Rich.
And he in there cooking too.
Rich, you already know how it's going down. You already know. Y'all gonna be you have a collect call from inmate at, because I'm losing my shit. I'm trying to tell you right now. As soon as I see this motherfucker in my motherfucking house, this is why I say, listen, this is exactly why I say, and I told my lady, I'm built for marriage. I'm not built for divorce. So if that's what you want to do,
That's
if
a
you
bar.
want to get married, it is until you or I go. That's it. That's it. I'm not built for divorce. My hats goes out to the people that can stand up every day and go to work and pay their alimony. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it. You do not. I do not get to pay you to fuck other people. That is insane to me. I'm sorry that whole concept is insane to me. The first time I go pick up my kids and I see a car that's not yours in my fucking driveway that I'm fucking paying for, like it, man, I'm telling you right now, everything is fucked up. I'm fucking everything in the house up. I'm killing shit left and right. Like this nigga gotta go. like this nigga gotta go. And then I'm gonna be sitting there looking at your ass like, see what you made me do? see what you made me do?
This nigga just played out the whole shit in real
I'm,
time.
I'm not that guy. I'm sorry. I don't. Hey, my hat goes off to any nigga that can honestly be cool with paying alimony and shit like that. The very first time you go over, like it's probably cool up until you see the nigga in his, you see a nigga walking out your answering your door in his beater. I don't give a fuck how hot it is, nigga. Why the fuck you got? Oh shit, nigga. And this is where his kids sleep.
Nigga walking around his house in your nigga walking around your house in his drawers.
Yeah.
Nigga, what? Hey, nigga, every thought came to mind right there. Fuck that. I'm not built for it. I'm sorry.
Shit, man.
I'm built
Hey,
for
Chaz,
marriage.
it ain't
I'm
really.
not built
Hey,
for
man,
divorce.
Chaz, it ain't really happening, man. You ain't even married, bro. Calm, you good.
Yes, I'm just saying, like, I don't understand how niggas do it.
That shit took him somewhere. But he, like, in all fairness, literally since the day I met Chaz, this has been his stance. That nigga get worked up when you start talking about alimony. We talked about we used to talk about Hulk Hogan's wife buying a boat and calling it alimony.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that nigga Chaz used to go off.
Hulk Hogan deserved that though.
He definitely do.
He deserved it. But to answer your question, Ari answered. He handled that perfectly. I'm gonna make a scene. I ain't gonna go too far as to where the police gonna get called and shit like that. But I want you to know, Bobby Flay, it's a problem, and I think he handled that perfectly.
I mean, the only thing he could do.
I ain't saying I would have been man enough to do that. Now, to Chaz's point, I don't know if I would have been man enough to do that, but he handled it perfect. That's the way you handle it if I got shit to lose. But if a nigga flip out,
that was the lawsuit.
Yeah, that was the best. That was the best case scenario with that. There's a lot of other ways that could have went.
That's why Flay can't answer the door. Because Flay can't answer the door.
Oh no, you
none of that happens to Flay. And that's why I said, like, remember, she was freaking out. She was freaking out. This nigga Flay said, "I got it." Like, hold on, what you mean you got it? Like, let you come to my door, bro. Stop playing with me.
Like, who you think I am, bro? You finna answer the door?
Yeah, you answer. No,
you really? Who do you think you are? You think you Superman? Like you?
I ain't even gonna hold you, Chaz.
How do you think this?
I'm more offended of who you think I am, nigga. Like, I hit you think you that nigga with Bobby Flay. That's cool, but I don't know who the fuck you think I am, nigga.
Man, he confused. He got like really confused and fucked up. I'm trying to tell you.
Maybe that was his way of. Maybe that was his way of saying, "Shit, you came in my crib, you came in my restaurant. This is me coming to your shit."
Nah, fuck that, nigga.
Oh man,
you better be on watch, bro.
Be burned to the ground.
Man, nigga.
All right. Lastly, well, a couple other things before we get into it. We got to talk about, and Spike, you going to your point. You said in the text message he was insufferable. Do you have anything that you want to add about just E this season? What really bothered you? What pissed you off? The whole nine. We could talk about E. Have an E segment.
The biggest thing that bothered me was the entitlement that he felt after fucking Sloan. What was it? Stepmom, ex-stepmom, or whatever the fuck it was.
Ex-stepmom.
And I had a soft spot for Steve Lavin this season. I fucked with him. He was delivering on these lines. And once y'all told me who his dad was, I didn't know. I seen the pedigree. It came out this season. So I just feel like he was really unfair to Steve Lavin in the sense of when she was
Scott.
fucking the actor dude, Scott, excuse me, Scott Lavin. She was fucking the actor dude. He tried to blame it on him, said, I'm gonna leave, then was being disrespectful, talking about you don't bring any clients, and going to press up on Buddy for fucking with Sloan when I'm right here with your ex-mother-in-law who I just got through smashing. Like it really didn't make any sense to what his thought process was, other than him just being a jealous, angry little Irish ex-boyfriend. And
That's
I didn't
exactly
like
what it
E.
was.
I ain't like E in that light. I don't think that they painted him in the right light for that. I don't think that he would have handled it that way. But again, they did build up a lot of backstory for him being pussy whooped on a lot of occasions to where this would happen. But it just didn't feel right. It didn't look right. It didn't sound right. Nothing about it was cool. Like all of that, everything that E did pertaining to Sloan was sucker shit. All of it. Everything.
You know why it didn't feel right? Because we just got finished spending season 6 of him doing the opposite and doing everything he could to get Sloan back. Like that was a wasted, literally the entire season 6. Remember, from the time they went to Vince's premiere as friends, all the way to the time they had the breakup or the bad blowout on the side of the road to them getting engaged. Like it meant something. So it sucks from a viewer standpoint that a season later y'all on the outs again. And then
not even showing us how it happened.
And to go even further than that, that's a great point, Spike. To go even further than that, we get to the end of this season, and it looks like there's some hope. And then we get to the movie, them niggas ain't make it again. So it's like, what the fuck y'all got going on?
Oh, I forgot about that. Damn. So we get to the movie, another off-season breakup.
Yeah, another off-season breakup.
But you know what I really can't understand is when you now, and well, I guess I can understand because I'm one of them people that if temptation is put in front of me, a lot of the time when it comes to women, a lot of the time I've handled myself I went the absolute worst way I could have went. But and that's why I don't put myself in that position. This nigga put himself in that position. Like you know what I'm saying? Like as soon as your man says, "Hey, no, why are you meeting with her?" Then your other man say, "Hey, nigga, that's your ex's stepmom. Why
you sound wow. You sound crazy right now. Like your man's just telling
like,
you, bro, you sound
like
wow
what the
right
fuck?
now.
Like
you hear yourself?
And you still went out there. And then on top of that, you know that she's bitter about her ex. Nigga, you know she's bitter about her ex, and then y'all both drinking. Like, nigga, how did you see this shit playing out? You seen this shit playing out just like we did, nigga. We knew you was gonna fuck that bro. Like, nigga, you knew you was gonna fuck that bro. You agreed to meet with her, and y'all was having drinks, nigga. What?
I got 2 E questions. I got 2 E questions for y'all. Would y'all have beat Melinda? And two, would you have been mad that Sloan was dating Buddy?
I couldn't have. So both of those questions kind of stem from the same thing, which is E didn't want to break up with Sloan, and it was unresolved, just like the last time, right? Even though E is the cause of all of this stuff, so I can't do it. If I'm still in love with E, there's no way I can, because you can't come back from that. I cracked Melinda, like you can't come back from that, bro. Like even if she can't confirm it, like that's one of those things you don't even want to be in the air. You don't even want the question. Don't even put yourself in that vicinity. The second part
so you wouldn't have did it. You wouldn't have hit Melinda.
No, I wouldn't hit Melinda. Not if I saw it. Had to really be done with me, and it had to be really over 100%. No questions asked. Finished with me and Sloan.
What's that famous quote you say, Rich? Batman couldn't have got that out of me. I'd have did it, and no one would have ever knew. And if she said something, she lying. Batman wouldn't even never got that out of me. I would have knocked Melinda down, though.
Hey, nigga, that's kind of what happened.
He never spoke about it.
That's kind of what happened, though.
Yeah, he did. It is true. I
wouldn't
wouldn't even told the boys.
The second thing is, because I would have been first. If I'm E, all right, not as me. If I'm E, you told me you don't date actors, so I would be doing the same thing. Like, damn, did you really fuck Seth Green? Like, you out here with the actors after you told me he didn't do that, and you dating a lame. Like, you dating a lame, bro. Like, come on, stop it. But at the same time, E a lame. So
facts.
I don't know, man.
Who was worse?
As big a tough guy as E claims to be.
Wait,
for you fighting at a bar and fighting at a restaurant, Billy Walsh, and this motherfucker got your broad, and he playing in your face. So you think? It's amazing that E didn't try to drag his ass through that motherfucking farmers market.
Chaz, not even that, Chaz. Not even that. Galecki said, "You want to take this around the corner? You know how quick I got up. You know how quick I got up. Like, let's go."
Yeah. No. You didn't invite me to a good time.
Yeah, you challenged me.
Let's get it. Chaz, you knocking Melinda down?
If I'm E, or if I'm me.
I mean, well, I know I'm sure we all have the same answer if we us.
Yeah.
But if you E in the scenario, would you knock her down?
No, because he really wanted to get back with her. So I probably wouldn't have if I'm E. But you know, the thing about this shit, you know, E has a problem with taking responsibility. Because like nigga, they said multiple times through the show that like his boy Lavin was like, no, you fucked your marriage up. You didn't fuck your marriage up for us. You fucked your marriage up because you didn't want to sign the damn prenup. Why didn't you want to sign a prenup? What was the big deal? What was the big deal?
Yep.
Like,
you talk about
nigga, if you signed the prenup, are y'all right there? How can you say you want to get married?
I find it interesting that y'all would have knocked Melinda down, but y'all would have knocked the baby boy chick down. That's crazy to me. Because I'm the opposite.
No. You asked us as
E.
As E, yeah, even
asked her, and then you asked us as Jody. They're two different characters.
Definitely two different characters.
I see them two different ways from y'all. I'm not knocking the baby boy chick down, but I'm definitely knocking Melinda down. She bought him a $650,000 car. Like, come on, bro. What we tell you?
Yeah, I guess it's a thank you. Yeah, it's a thank you. I guess you got to.
And again, I'm denying that to the death. I don't know what she talking about.
Well, after she bought the car, I mean, you got to knock her out.
I still got some denials.
Yeah.
Holding strong.
Well, what you said was true.
Been told down in the denials. Batman couldn't have got that out of me, nigga.
Hey, and can we just wait a minute? Can, you know, on the subject to this, can we just shout out how good of friends he has? Because on some real shit, this nigga Drama really said, I swear on my career. And then with your ass like, damn, you really put it on your career? He said, I had my balls crossed. Nigga, what?
Only Drama.
Only Drama could get away with that. Only Drama could get away with that.
And Vince, and only Vince smooth enough. Only Vince is smooth enough to say when she said he said, I don't know. She like, really, I don't know. But if he did, it was because of you. Like, listen, I ain't about to see her lie to you. Hey, Vince cold with it, bro.
Yeah,
best friend of the year, friend of the decade, friend of everything, man. Like one of the best friends in history.
All of them, that goes to show you, like, really, they really go to bat for each other.
That's why we love this show. That's why we love this show so much.
It is.
I got two more quick questions before we get to quotes and talk about these episodes. One quick question: if you're E, are you stopping Vince from wearing the fake joint for his drug test?
Of course.
Are you giving him that whole speech?
That's my job. I think the difference between because this was after he pulled the car over and told him, right? Like, we need to talk. Was this before?
No, this is after. So he didn't even get it at that point. He didn't even have it. He was just telling him, like, I smoked a couple of puffs.
Yeah, like I'm going to tell you what I think is your manager. You shouldn't do it. As your friend, I'm going to leave that shit out of it because you asked me to. But as your manager, like, it's going to be much worse if you get caught versus just, nigga, take the dirty piss test and we'll go from there. So I think E gave him good advice. I would have still did what Vince did. If I being Vince, I would have still did that. But I think E did his job in that moment.
What about you, Chaz?
I wouldn't have told him to do that. I would have told him pass the test by any means. That's how you feel. You got to pass it. Then you need to pass it.
Do what you got to do. That ain't got shit to do with me.
No, I ain't gonna say it ain't got shit to do with me. I'm just gonna say, nigga, pass the test because you need to pass the test.
Crazy thing is they try to add a couple puffs of marijuana, like, drink water, bro. I wish they had been more realistic about that. Like, just drink. I promise you, if you drink as much water as you can drink before that test, you're going to pass it. It ain't
Yes.
there's no issue there because he had been clean for 90 days prior to. Like if he just hit like if he was being truthful and said I just hit a couple joints, I mean a couple puffs off the joint, just drink water, bro. You good.
Yeah, he'd have been straight. They had to make it a big deal. It was a storyline
Yeah,
in the plot of the
true.
episode. Last question. How wild, or was it wild, the dice holdout?
Dice
How
the
much
only
was he
nigga
get?
crazier than drama.
How much was he getting paid per episode?
5,000.
Nah, it
Was
wasn't
it
that crazy.
5? I thought it wasn't that low, bro.
Yes, it was. Because remember, all right, here's how you know it's
Drama
5.
made 12, right?
No, so
Drama
here's
made
remember.
15.
Yep, Drama made 15, and he said, "I'm gonna give you my salary to split the difference, and we both be at 10." So that means
Yeah.
Drama was making 15, and Dice was making 5. That's why he said, man. He said, what Scott says, Big Brother contestants make more than him.
Yeah. 5,000 per
I
episode.
mean,
But are you holding, or is it wild to hold out before the show even becomes anything? Are you
it's
taking your 5 and
wild,
then, yeah,
but I understand both sides of it. I wouldn't have did what Dice did. I would have folded to the pitch of the bigger picture that Scott and E was and Drama even the producer dude was trying to tell me, like, look, bro, this is going to be good. We'll get more money, just not right now. Because like whatever Dice been doing before this, like, bro, like you ain't well off, nigga. This little 5,000, even though it may not be the best, it's going to lead to something more. That's what I would have had in mind versus I need more right now. But I do get what Dice is saying. Is like, bro, I know how this industry is. I done been fucked over before. They think this good. I'm finna hold out because I know I'm getting fucked and I want more money. I get that. So I kind of see both sides of it. What I would have did if I was Dice, though, I would have worked.
something. I don't know. It all depends, and we don't know the
I
answer.
can't. The strike shit just too like that. That don't hold enough weight for me. Like because it may go bad, but I know if I work and I know this product is good, then I'm going to get money.
Yeah, it really depends on when can I renegotiate. Is this only 3 seasons? If it's 3 seasons from now, then I feel them. But if you're talking about like, after the first 20-something episodes, we can go ahead and come back to the table, and I know it's a hit, I'm taking you up top. I'm overcharging niggas for what they did to the Cold Crush. You feel me? Like straight up. I'm taking y'all up top. All right. Let's talk about quotes. Spike Lou, we'll go ahead and start with you. Some of your favorite quotes for the season.
All righty, man. I got a couple here. I hope I don't step on y'all in any way or form. I'll skip some because I know that as far as good ones to do it. All right, first season 8 quotes. First, Scotty gonna have a lot of them for me. First one is listen to me. You can't want to sign everybody. You can't not want to sign everybody that wants to fuck Sloan because everybody wants to fuck Sloan.
Facts.
That was a good one.
Facts.
Scott, listen. I'm going to pick up Vince and Drama and Turtle, and that's it. Eric, okay, well, Vince thinks I'm coming too, okay, so I can follow behind you like a fucking jerk off, or I can get in the car with you like a human being. I thought that was dope.
Hell yeah.
Scotty solo line, did you girls come together? If not, do you want to? Drama the Turtle, why are you dressed like it's 04? Turtle, all my clothes burned in the fire. Why are you dressed like a bisexual paintball tournament? Is a better question. Drama bisexual. This shirt is mad hetero, bro. Like, look at these pythons. You can clearly see I'm hiding an 8-pack under here. Dice, I used to live on 3 acres in Beverly Hills. Now I live in an apartment in Encino with my wife with a fucking sick cat. Scotty, I think he's got you beat. Drama. Maybe because of the cat, says Drama. Vince, man. What happened? Are you all right? E, yeah, all good. Sloan's moving to New York. Drama, I know you was going to use this, Richard, but I had to. Drama, wow, poor guy must fuck like shit. Dog shit. That was the best line of the season for me.
Did y'all ever pay attention? I don't know if y'all ever noticed this, but if you watch that scene very, very briefly, Jerry Ferrara breaks character. Like you see him about to bust out and laugh, he gets right back to it. It's very
I
small, but he
missed it. I gotta
smirks.
look at it.
Cause you gotta look back at it, man. Cause that nigga Adrian Grenade is Vince. He keeps it together, but hey, that delivery, like
That was a great line, bro.
wow.
That shit was great, bro.
Poor guy must fuck like dog shit.
Next one. E says, "You look awful talking to Drama." Drama says, "Of course I do. I haven't slept in days. Dice won't let me." Scotty says, "Maybe you guys should get separate beds." Turtle says, "I saw brains." Ari says, "I'm great. I'm guessing they weren't dramas." Mrs. Ari, "What do you think? Bobby wouldn't tell me you were there on a date." Ari, "Well, I guess the bro code's out the window when you're fucking someone's wife."
Damn, that was mine too.
Damn. Scotty, and this is why, Eric, and I mean the nice possible way, you are a little bitch. Vince to E, "How can I make it worse?" Well, I don't know, but a guy who's getting married to a girl after 24 hours probably isn't the best guy to take advice from. And the last one I have, Turtle says, "A little help. I am a millionaire, you know." Drama, "I don't care if you're a billionaire, Turtle. You'll always be valet to me."
Facts, man. Hey, classic drama line. That drama line was classic. And Scotty Lavin does have some heat. A lot of heat.
Scotty Lavin, I wouldn't
does.
take a Scotty. I'd take a Scotty Lavin spinoff. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Not at all. Chaz, what quotes you got?
I don't know why this is top of my list, but it actually is. It's John Ellis. "You want to know what heaven really is? You want to know heaven really is? Try being God." I just thought that was just like,
that was
hey,
fire.
you know what?
Post credit scene. Yep.
Yeah.
That whole little monologue was some big boy boss shit.
It was.
Okay.
It was.
Everybody gonna be buying. Everybody gonna be out buying the designer clothes and cars. You're gonna be buying the companies that make them. Come on, man. My bad. Keep going, Chaz.
It was
good. No, you're right. You're right. That was some bullshit. Ari, "Everyone hear my words. But Bobby Flay is now my sworn enemy, which means he is yours. Now, if anyone eats at or even recommends anyone of that Boy Meets Grill fucks establishments, it'll be Agent Meets Fist." Hey, he was really mad about that shit, nigga. Hey, how you gonna tell your whole fucking agency they can't go somewhere, nigga?
Yeah, man. Nah, straight up. If I catch you in there, it's over.
Hey, if I even hear about that shit, everybody, you fucking fired. Fuck it. Drama talking to Billy just says, "Anything, give him a piece of your salary." Billy, "Fuck that. Give him your salary." I feel you. Like, nigga, don't be motherfucking trying to motherfucking volunteer my money, nigga. Fuck you. Like,
right, nigga.
It was the delivery too. Once again, that nigga Billy Watts like, "Fuck that, nigga. I can't believe you asked me that shit."
Yeah. Preacher man. Fuck that. Got you. All right. Ari talking about he's talking to Lloyd about the little TV movie. So he says, "This character, he loses his wife and his family, travels around the world to save these guys so that they can be with their loving families. And you know what the saddest part is?" Lloyd says, "No, I don't even have my dog. This job, Vince, it's all I got." Is your department ready? This nigga about to cry and shit. Like, I was like, damn, bro, you really going through it?
Ari going through it. Ari's going
Ari
through
was
it,
stressed. It was hard to watch. As an Ari fan, it was hard to see him this season, man.
It was, man. I was like, damn, man, my man is going through it. Mm-hmm. A conversation between Sloan, Drama, and Turtle. Sloan, I have to ask you something, and I need you to be honest. Drama, yeah, I swear on my life. I swear on your career. Okay. Did E fuck Melinda? No, I swear on my career, E did not fuck Melinda. Turtle says, no. Hey, that's the kind of friends you need, because them motherfuckers will stand up on the motherfucking stand, hand on the Bible, and say,
Hey, listen,
Nigga didn't do it.
Turtle didn't even say no. Turtle didn't even say no. He just looked at her and said, "I ain't about to make me lie to you."
Right. And my last one, since Spike, you took my other one. You'll always Ari, you'll always be the gay son I never wanted.
I got a lot of quotes that I ain't mentioned. Neither one of y'all mentioned. So I'm about to go through.
Hey man, it was a lot of quotes, man. I had a lot written down, but I saved some shit.
This is made up for season 7. There wasn't a lot of quotes for season 7. All right, Scott Lavin. See, that is your biggest fault. E, what? Caring about people? Scott, no, caring about a woman who destroyed you. E, do I look destroyed? Scott, I don't know. You started out looking like this. Scott Lavin, man, he was on point this season.
Scott Lavin was on his shit this season, bro.
Andrew Dice Clay, what do I look like, a fucking asshole to you, huh? You wear a Viking hat, I sell out the garden and win Grammys, and you get twice the fucking dough. The lawyer, I can't remember the lawyer's name, but I had to write this quote down. He said, "You know, my wife actually spit at me in court. She did, and when the judge asked if it was true because she hadn't seen it, she offered to do it again." Just talking about the perils of divorce.
Yeah,
like Chaz says, that's what Chaz mean when he say he ain't built for divorce. Wife spitting at you in court, like, come on.
I'm with Chaz. I ain't built for divorce.
All right, to Vince. I mean this sincerely, Vince. I would hack off my penis before I would ever allow you to work with Carl Ertz again. Vince, don't be extreme, Ari. Ari, I'm being mild. If hacking off your joint is being mild, man, I don't even want to know what extreme is.
Listen.
Scott Lavin, don't mind him. He's seen way too many episodes of Law and Order drama. Been on more than I've seen, actually. Scott Lavin, I thought you guys were like from the hood. Drama, his mother and auntie coddled him. Drama, I can naturally secrete any substance from my body in 36 hours or less. Turtle, says who? Drama, I did it in high school. Turtle, for what? Drama, I juiced for wrestling. Scott, you were on the wrestling team? Drama, no, I didn't make it, but I loaded up for tryout. When you talk about a Johnny Drama story, that is some Johnny Drama shit. Nigga, you took steroids, you didn't even make the team.
In the history of TV shows, the delivery and the lines for this dude were fucking perfect, man.
Perfect.
My last two quotes, man, and it's only fitting that they come from Ari. I guess in the finale we'll have a conversation about who might have had the best lines between Ari and Drama. But Ari and Vince were going into Phil Ugoda's office. Phil's assistant. Ari, he's in a meeting. Ari, listen, if he would have called me back, we could have avoided me interrupting you. Some of the realest shit ever. That's 1,000%.
Hey, yeah.
That's 1,000% some shit I would do, Spike would do, Chaz would do.
Facts.
Like, nigga, like, if you would have called me, I ain't got to interrupt. I don't feel bad at all about interrupting this meeting.
I've been calling you all day, nigga.
And then the last line is ties into that. Phil, Ari busts in the office. Phil, Ari, I was going to call you back. Ari says, no, you weren't, which is nuts.
Nigga doing TV movies. I'm the most powerful agent in the fucking world, and you ain't calling me back. You here getting a massage, bro? I felt that. That was fired.
The subtle. I just have to let that's nuts. I have to let you know that's crazy that I'm coming to your office and you won't call me back. You know who I am.
Oh God! And
like
see,
Spike said, you do TV movie. You do movies of the week, my nigga. Like, what are we talking about?
I think the reason that registered so well with us because we didn't get those. Like we got through seasons 1 through 6. There were so many of those moments from Art. They were few and far between in 7 and 8. So when we got the little ones like this, and it's like, nigga, do you know who I am? Do you remember? Like, don't get it twisted because I'm going through a divorce or whatever it may be. That line was gold. One of the best lines of the series to me.
I was gonna call you back. No, you weren't, which is nuts. Oh man. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about these honorable mentions, and we will talk about the top 4 episodes. Spike Lou, we're gonna start with you. Since there's only 8 episodes, similar to what we did in season 1, we only did top 4. And obviously, it doesn't matter because only one's going to the finale. So we will start with you. What are your honorable mentions? What's your number 4 episode?
Honorable mentions for me. Number 1 is Wiz Kid. Interesting episode, man. Didn't a lot happen, but I did like the ending and the way that they brought that home. I thought that was very interesting. It gave you that sense of season 1 through 6 as we're talking about nostalgia for it. Also, another honorable mention for me would be season 1. Excuse me, episode 1, Home Sweet Home. I thought that was good. Getting Vince back into the fold, seeing how he handled people acting weird with him because they thought he was an addict, and even him working through, look, bro, I'm not an addict. I'm still the same dude, y'all know. Like, don't get it twisted. I like the last scene as to where he called them out on that. And I guess that would be enough for honorable mentions because it's only 8 episodes. So my episode 4, we go to episode 4.
Yep, episode 4.
Second to last, episode 7 of this season. In second to last, this is of course, the penultimate episode to where we see the things happen between the guys. This was just, it was good. Like this is how you wrap up an episode in the last 2. Excuse me, this is how you wrap up a season in the last 2 episodes. So that's the reason that I have this one at number 4. Second to last.
All right, so I'm gonna go with my honorable mentions. Actually, for only 8 episodes, there were a lot of good episodes. They weren't like top notch Entourage. They were enjoyable. As far as, like I said, landing the plane, and you can excuse some things. So I'm gonna go Home Sweet Home is honorable mention. Like you said, Vince coming home, the whole Vince rift, Vince calling everybody but E to let him know that he's coming home, and that whole thing about what's going on between them. Sloan sending the ring back. Mrs. Ari's been seeing someone. House burning down. That's in my honorable mention. And I'll say one last shot. Vince sees Carl Ertz at the meeting. Drama's stressing over after Dice walks out. Ari goes on a blind date. We kind of talked about that. Ari calls Dana Gordon. Turtle wants to bring the Don Pepe to LA. He has to sell his Avion stock in order to get the money to do so. Jamie Kennedy is replacing Andrew Dice Clay. There was just a lot of stuff. And obviously, Carl Ertz unalives himself at the end of the episode. Just a lot of crazy stuff going on throughout it. I'll say the highlight was Ari's blind date and him trying to get back out there. Strong episode, just didn't make my top 4. As far as the top 4 goes, my number 4 is going to be The Big Bang. Big Bang is number 4 for me. E is hearing it from the fellas at this point about Stroke and Melinda. Like, just pretty much telling him, like, bro, what you want? Like, you wild. Scott telling E, like, yo, like, why aren't you calling Melinda back? Because, bro, she's calling you. Oh, who said I'm not calling her back? Her. She called me over. Why isn't Eric calling me back? Why isn't Eric calling me back? Like, oh, you got a new car outside. Like, it's a gift for you from Melinda. What did Scott say? He said, she got the J.J. Abrams show. He said, really? Pick up the phone. Nigga, like, what you doing, bro? Like, do your job. Call her back. Like, I'm trying to tell you, we got business going on. That's the thing with E. You got to let that personal shit at the door. Like, this is a business, a multi-million business that we threw out your godfather. The whole reason you divorced is because of this. Why are you not taking this seriously?
And you got the nerve to tell me that you're going to walk out on me because you signed a client who may have been fucking some bitch that I don't even fuck with anymore, even though I may still like her, and you that pissed off about it? Like, get out of here, bro. Like, you didn't answer the phone for somebody who got a major deal and bought you a $650,000 car.
That's a fact,
right?
Man. Melinda thinks very highly of herself.
Yeah,
Melinda must have that sex game on point.
I like chicks like Melinda.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
She was thinking very highly
right
about
there.
herself. Johnny Galecki, obviously they was at E and Melinda were at lunch. Johnny Galecki shows up and does the whole little thing about, Sloan said that and I told her she was crazy, but now I'm looking at y'all niggas, y'all definitely fucking. So that whole angle, Turtle and what was their last name? DeLucas. Turtle and DeLucas. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, DeLucas got me fucked up.
Yeah.
Who was it?
The restaurant people. The restaurant people, the
Oh
DeLucas.
yeah, I was
I
gonna
gotta be
ask y'all
fucking.
about how y'all felt about it. Yeah, y'all playing on me too
Nah.
much, bro.
Listen, y'all stop the real pitch. Like I really put time and energy into y'all stop me for David Spade. All due respect to David Spade, but y'all stopping my pitch for David Spade.
Ain't no
And wrote
Come on,
on the
respect
man.
for David
blueprint.
Spade.
Yeah,
You know how much
autograph the blueprint.
do you know how much blueprints cost?
No, I really
Shit
don't.
ain't free, bro. That shit's not free. That you're talking about $500 to $1,000 worth of paper right there, where somebody took the time to drew out over a couple hours. Like that, like, come on, bro.
That's insane.
And I'm getting a
What else
David
happened?
Spade autograph.
Yeah, for David Spade is insane.
That's fucking
Ari's
crazy.
having some financial issues with the pending divorce. Obviously, this is the Bobby Flay episode where Bobby's at the crib and that whole blowout. Like I said, the ball's on him. Drama pulls up on Dice and Phil threatens him. Phil threatens Drama, saying we won't make your minor movie or anything like that before he, decides I'm gonna stick with Dice, and they end up folding, paying them what they deserve and all of that kind of good stuff. And Vince asking all the old women if he was deep. I didn't like that storyline with Vince. I didn't like the whole I'm making creepy videos and I'm really trying to
Yeah, that
prove
was
to this
crazy.
woman. Like, that's not a Vince thing. Like, when has Vince ever had to do that? And I get the whole point was like he feels something special about her, but come on, man. Like,
But
honestly,
what did
Vince
he
pulled
feel?
the baddest.
I only
Right.
got
No,
that
what did
because
he
he
feel?
married her. I only got that because he married her at the end. If this was something where Vince was just trying to fuck her, then it would have been completely a left field. But since he did marry her and use all that shit to get her to say yes, I get it, kind
Yeah.
of. But it still wasn't Vince's character.
Yeah. And then the episode ends, of course, with E once again being emotional, telling Scott, you either fire Galecki or I'm done.
Oh
I'm
my
out of
God.
here, which is crazy.
This is my least favorite scene of this whole series.
Yeah.
I did not understand this.
I love Scott after he walks
the
up,
whole
he does like
series?
a little pout.
Oh, the whole series. The whole I there's no way that I understood this in the sense of a viewer for him going to tell him that, like, bro, what does it, if I'm Scott, I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with me? You fucking this woman, mother-in-law or ex-mother-in-law, whatever you want to call it, and you're coming to tell me, oh, if she's fucking this actor that you signed, then I can no longer do business. Like, what are you talking about, bro? How am I controlling the person who I signed, who's bringing money into our business? How am I controlling if he's fucking slow or not? And why do I care?
It'd have been nice if they would have got into a fight.
Scott would have whooped you.
Yeah, I'm sure
Please.
of it. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, and this was the Scott that and just from another standpoint, I think so highly of him. I thought that he should have been originally the person that should have been cast as Wolverine in the actual MCU, and not
Hey,
and not Hugh Jackman.
Chaz, I ain't even holding you. This paying attention to it more so this time around because we're doing this podcast made me respect this character a lot more.
Yeah,
like it wasn't overpowering. It was just here and there. I'm gonna sprinkle this in, but it worked so well for this universe. Like the little one-liners, the body motions, like
he was needed.
They needed him to make this last season work. Even passing the little fake dick around, pause. Like the little stuff that he was doing with, like, all of that shit worked. Like he was the lifeline of the last season.
Yeah.
I kind of hell of an actor, man. Even in the Ocean's movies, I'm a fan of him in the Ocean's movies. He got that sense of humor, that wittiness, that everything, man. Tweeter, man. That's Tweeter.
Charlie Tweeter. Hey, listen, I've been a fan since Charlie Tweeter. Okay.
Yeah.
So I can honestly say, yeah.
He's been on it. He's been on it for a long time, man. And one of Chaz's favorite TV shows is Hawaiian 5-0.
He in that.
Yep, that's
he is in that.
Shit. Yep, you watch it every week faithfully. Chaz, what's your number? Chaz, what's your honorable mention at number 4?
Honestly, it's fucked up, man. I really have the exact same thing as you. I got Home Sweet Home, and I got The Last Shot as my honorable mentions. And much like you again, I got The Big Bang. for some reason, Vince was going completely above and beyond for this Sophia Lear. I'm not saying that she wasn't attractive. I just really didn't. I didn't see the connection that he seen even on screen. So that's what kind of made it kind of weird. I wish it would. I wish I could have seen it more. So maybe I could have seen like from where he was. You know, what I'm saying his perspective. Um, you know, Ari and his whole situation with Bobby Flay. Bobby Flay is he was very lucky, and but Ari said when he was talking to Dana, he said that because he couldn't afford a lawsuit, that's the only reason he didn't, you know what I'm saying, jump on him. I understand. So he had enough common sense and enough business acumen and enough just business sense to know that this was going to be this would have been bad and would have ended badly.
Hold on, though, man. All right, hey, man, Bobby wasn't that. Bobby was acting like he knows some shit. Cause Bobby
Yeah,
wasn't. He came around the corner like I ain't hiding, nigga.
Hey, Bobby
yeah.
Flay do that though. Like he do that on his little cooking. Chaz, you watch his cooking shows and shit.
I have seen a couple of them. Yeah,
Yeah, he ain't taking no bullshit.
yeah. No,
That's a natural.
he ain't.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's one
saying?
of the things that played out well in this season with Bobby Flay. Like he ain't
Yeah,
no bitch though. Like Bobby Flay
yeah.
will
He
let
ain't
you just
coming off
talk
like
shit.
he ain't coming off like
Yeah,
he a hoe for real. He ain't
he
coming off
definitely
like he a
not,
hoe.
man.
So um, but at the same
Now that I'm
time,
thinking about it, none of them cooking niggas come off as they all got a little bit
Nah,
of.
you want
Think
the
about
smoke?
everybody.
I
when
got
you
it. Yeah,
when
you want the smoke? I
you
got it for you.
when you work in that kind of atmosphere, it's a lot of tension.
Bro,
So
being
I
a
think
chef is a different breed.
it
Those are
is.
different
So I
breeds of
think
people. I know chefs in real life. Like those are different breeds of people, bro. Like you gotta
yeah,
be. You have to be different.
yeah. That so they not just gonna let you talk to them any kind of way and shit. If you ever been to a real like upscale restaurant and shit, I remember going to one and uh that was my first lesson in requesting a medium well steak or no a well done steak versus a medium well steak.
You
And when I did, he had said to me, they had brought the chef out, and the chef said, "Hey, we don't do well done here." And it was like there is no request on this that we don't do well done, but I will show you
oh
and
shit.
he sat down and he brought the little he had this little booklet or whatever, a little like little picture guide for me and stuff, and he was telling me like this is how you should have your steak and this is why you should have your steak and da 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 da. To this day, I do medium or medium well, depending. You know what I'm saying? To
That's
this day,
funny as
because
hell.
of that. So you know what I'm saying. So
Gotcha. Hey
um
man, that
That
shit's
shit,
silly.
yeah.
yeah,
That shit not just a TV persona either. They like that for real. Like my
no
mom
they really
married to
like
a
that.
chef. Yeah, my mom
Yeah.
married to a chef. That nigga is like that for real. It's like, bro,
Hmm.
relax, my nigga. Yeah,
Yeah, no, they getting intense about their food. Don't yeah.
facts.
Yeah, no, they do. Um, what else? Yeah, the whole turtle thing with his East Coast partners, yeah, they was completely out of pocket. I
Way out of pocket.
and y'all not putting out no money in, but you telling me I need to write a $100,000 check? You tweaking? You know what I'm saying?
And you ain't even taking this shit serious. You
Yeah,
trying to go on
you
like
tweaking.
celebrity tours and shit. Like, man, come on.
Yeah, yeah. And then Drama deciding he wants to go on strike with Dice. It all in all, it was a great episode. Just a lot of silliness involved, but yeah, good shit from these guys. That's my number 4.
Good shit, man. Spike Lou, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is going to be 1 second here, motherfucker. In this episode, motherfucker, Vince has the interview with Vanity Fair to where he's completely smitten by the interviewer. Ari's personal and professional lives start to collide, and now he's faced with the truth that he's been avoiding for months. That this really might be a divorce. E took the meet with Melinda. He's not over Sloan. We see them get drunk together, and we see how that ends up. And Drama tries to get on Andrew Dice Clay back onto the show, and one of them agrees with the other point of view. This was really good to me. It's a sense of I didn't think he had it in him to do this, and he did. But I still don't think he played it right as far as the title of the show with motherfucker. I get it. I get him not wanting people to know, and I get how it plays out in the sense of what happens if people do know. But I think they played this whole episode well because the homeboys, as y'all said, as we were asking the questions before, they held it down, so nobody really has to know. I don't even know if I would have told them. And I would have just kept it to myself, and nobody would have ever knew but me and her, and it would have only been speculation. But yeah, this was one of the best episodes of the season.
No doubt, man. I like it, man. I'm with you on that. My number 3, same as you, Spike Lou, motherfucker.
Same as me.
Motherfucker's my number. All right, bet. We can just go ahead and talk about it right now. Obviously, Vince, that's the first time he meets Sophia Lara, as you mentioned.
Did y'all buy the Sophia hype?
She was cold, but I just didn't see. I done seen Vince. It's just hard to see.
It was the accent.
It was something, and I think it was the brains. Like she was smart, and he was
that too.
He challenged her, or she challenged him in a way that he had never been challenged.
I wouldn't go as far as cold, but I definitely think she was cute with a nice accent. So
okay, yeah, cute. That's right. All right, that's fair. Yeah. I respect the persistence, but it just didn't seem authentic. It like Vince jumping through hoops and doing all this stuff. Like he does real player shit, but like I said, the making the videos and all that just didn't seem realistic for who Vince is. But as we see, like the payoff was them getting married at the end. If that didn't happen, it would have really been like, yo, all right. But once again, at the beginning of the movie, we find out. Like, so it goes back and forth. But if we're looking at the series by itself, we'll go ahead and just talk about it like that. Chaz, are you even taking the Melinda Clark meeting? Are you even taking that meeting?
No.
Not even for the business, for the money?
No, I'm giving it to Scotty.
Okay, yeah, so you'll still take it in as a client. You'll still take her as a client, but not working directly with her.
Absolutely. I'm giving her to Scotty. Like when Scotty comes over and he's introduced and he's like, yeah, I'm Scott Levin. This is my business partner. Actually, I have something to do right now, but Scotty is actually going to take this meeting with you. And I have my full confidence that he is going to treat you with that because I don't want to do that. I don't, man.
But I would have smelled going into it. You don't have no. You don't think that she's trying to fuck you though. That don't happen to y'all at the bar.
Why wouldn't I think? Listen, I'm not gonna say that she wouldn't. I'm not gonna say that.
Hey, hold on. Who the fuck you think you are, nigga?
Hey, he is the most overachieving motherfucker in the whole damn series. What are you talking about?
Fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, he is always overachieving. No, but I wouldn't have did it just for the simple fact that me working with you, hands on, I wouldn't want that visual for Sloan when I know that I'm not over Sloan and I might try to get her. I might try to get her back.
Nah, see, I can't.
That's
do that.
why I'm saying that.
If I'm bucking on signing a prenup, and I really think that my business is the reason you, Sloan, are fucking with me, you know I can go out and get my own bread. I'm not turning away your ex mother-in-law just because that's your ex mother-in-law and she can make you feel a type of way. Like I need to earn my own money, like you're saying when you present me with the prenup. This is part of me earning my own money. We seen when she fucked with him, she got the big boy deal. What show was it? I can't remember what show it was.
It was JJ Abrams.
Yeah, JJ, like she got the big boy deal. So these are the things that I have to do. If you think that I'm leeching off you and you want me to sign a prenup in order for us to be successful. So yeah, I'm taking the meat. I have no idea she's trying to fuck me though.
He would have got the same the bag if Scotty lands her, right? Because the business partners.
Here's the thing, though. You're right. But here's the thing that you got to really take into account, especially in the people business, because that's what managing is the people business.
It is.
She requested him specifically. That's a slap in the face. She don't want to work with
Scotty.
That's a slap in the face.
Like,
the same way
Dice Clay
when Dice. Yep, he's all
passing me off already.
Yeah. Okay.
I see. It's one of those things. Like it's hard to because she gonna pick up on that. Like, damn, you don't want to work with me? Like, shit. So I get that.
And she got the bread about $600,000 car just after you fucked her, right? Like, come on, yeah, I
Crazy.
got you. I got you.
Wait a
Something
minute.
hilarious.
She didn't. Hey, she said he didn't fuck her right though.
Yeah, that is true though. That was crazy. I don't know what
So nigga, she just brought.
that
She
I ain't
brought him
never
back.
had
Hey,
that interaction happen with me. Like that's a
Nah,
crazy,
Melinda,
like
Melinda
Jesus
really,
Christ,
she
bro.
really gamed up. E. She really got that nigga drunk at the bar, and then started. They was talking shit about Terrence and Sloan. She slid
yeah.
in and hit her with the you don't need Viagra, do you? Like what?
But listen, Rich, he told that nigga, you ain't fucked me right since we've been fucking. Like,
Right.
I've been
And
doing what like. I would be crushed. I don't even know how I would handle that, bro. I
She
ain't
said,
like
She
that's a
said, I know it's
crazy
been great for you.
complaint to have.
She said,
I
I'm
know
sure
it's
it's
been
been great
great
for
for
you
you.
every time. Yeah.
This is the first time it's been good for me. Boy, hey man, listen.
Hey, have you
And
ever
she said
watched
that
the?
shit so matter of factly. She said that shit so matter of factly, like it ain't
Yeah,
like that shit crazy.
Have you ever watched the show
Jesus.
The League? You ever
Absolutely.
seen this show? What's my man Taco said? Oh, you got vaginal hubris.
That's the fantasy draft show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
yeah. She has
Um,
vaginal hubris, nigga.
That's
Like,
that
funny.
shit wild, man. But also just other big things in this episode. Mrs. Ari filed for divorce and Sloan calls, letting E know, like, damn, you know, my dad got an email from Melinda saying she gonna fuck you as revenge to her, like right after they fucked they in bed. So crazy shit, man. Spike Lou, what is your number 2 episode?
Rich, my number 2 episode for this season 8 is One Last Shot. One Last Shot. They have the NA meeting with Vince. Vince meet with Carl or Ertz, or however you say his last name, and they go over the whole thing with him. He's trying to talk him out of what goes on. Turtle, who gets good and bad news from his boss about the whole thing. I think it's crazy that they didn't show the chick that was supposed to be his girlfriend and she wasn't returning his phone calls, and that just kind of whimpered off into the sunset. But whatever. Also, Eric and Drama attempt to bring Andrew Dice Clay in, and also Ari goes on the date with the chick, turns down the night, which I don't agree with. And then Vincent Turtle, they go to Ert's true intentions as far as making him being a very bad person. I think this was dope as far as Vince is. I think this shows the character, like how he's matured in a sense of what we've seen from season 7, and they forced upon us, as you spoke about earlier, Rich, with him being the addict, as far to what we see now and being the ultimate best friend. The two extremes of the 2 seasons, and
Mm-hmm.
just him sticking around there and willing to go through that bullshit with somebody who I don't even fuck with. Everybody that I do fuck with is telling me, "Hey man, leave, bro. Like, like I don't even know why you still there. It don't even have any benefit to you. Even if you want to make the TV movie, we can get somebody else to do it. We got Ari on our corner." So this episode spoke a lot to Vince's character, and I like that, especially for as far along in the story that we were.
Well said. Well said. My number 2 might be y'all number 1. The End.
Mm.
mm.
The End is my number 2 episode. Vince on the 24-hour date, getting married. He's planning to go to New York. Vince wants him to be the best man. He telling Vince to stay out of things with Sloan. That whole Sloan Turtle and drama going to talk to her. Vince going to talk to her. Vince on the phone with Terrence, trying to ease him over, and then breaking the news that Sloan was actually pregnant. Vince is ring shopping. One of my favorite lines, I didn't put it in best quotes, but at the very end of the episode, when Ari pulls up to the Clearport, Drama's like, "Who's the bride?" He said, "That's his wife, you jerk off." Them leaving Scott is always funny to me because Scott clearly said he wanted to go, and Vince asked him if he was coming. He said it looks like a family thing, and they said, "All right, well, we out." Like,
Which
all right,
was weird itself. Wasn't that a little
it's
bit
funny.
weird?
That's why I said every single time I
was
watch it, it's
weird.
funny. You showed up to see them off, and you said, "I want to come," but it looks like a family thing. But before you even say that, Vince said, "Scott, are you not coming?" So you got the
I'm
invite,
coming.
but then you say, "Yeah,
Yeah,
nigga, I'm coming."
I'm there.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm
I
there.
get why the show did it. They're trying to keep the originals. I get it.
And it fit to his character though.
Nah,
Like he's the type of character that would have been like, nah, I'm coming. Like shit, you asked, all right, cool.
Vince with the
it
big
doesn't fit to
boy.
Scotty's character though, because what was this quote before? I
Never
never
turned
turn
down a
out Vegas or a
plane or
plane.
Vegas. Yeah,
True.
Right.
That's
a good
a
point.
good point.
So
That's
how
a
did you
good
turn
point.
it down?
He should have been like, yeah, where I sit.
Yeah,
Vince with
that's
the
what he should have
most.
said.
Vince
Hey,
with the
your
most. One of the most.
homeboy getting the jet for you and the chick that you working on with. Like I don't even know if this is my girl yet, but I'm gonna get y'all the jet so y'all can figure it out and go wherever y'all want to go. It goes to what you said, Rich. Like one of the
That's,
best. That's one of the best homeboys in the history of any TV show, a life.
that's literally what I was about to say. I just said that's one of the biggest boss moves ever. Surprising with the jet.
And nigga said, "I'll
And the
meet
nigga said, what did you do? All I could. The rest is up to you.
Yeah,
Like, bro,
That's
I
all
did
you.
he still
everything.
That's
managed
all
to
you
fuck
want
it
to
up,
hear. That's all you want to hear as a real nigga. Like,
and he still
hey,
managed to
bro,
fuck it up.
I did it. Facts. Like as a real nigga, all you want to hear is, "Hey, I did everything I could, bro. All the connections, everything we got together. How much I fuck with you, I put everything on the table. Now you need to figure it out. That's all you
Yep.
want to hear as a real nigga."
Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. And then the post-credit scene, obviously. Ari's just gonna be Ari no matter what. Even if Ari is inevitable, man. He like Thanos. He's inevitable. Like,
What would y'all do
bruh,
in that
John.
situation?
I'm enjoying. I'm taking the week that John Ellis gave me, and I gotta talk to the wife. Like, listen, I don't know how we gonna figure
Wait,
this.
Rich. This after you just told her that you was, I ain't doing that no more.
I know. That's why I'm like, damn, bro. You couldn't call me. You couldn't. What I really probably try to do is talk to John Ellis about, yo, can you 6 months to a year, like hold on to that job a little bit more long. I want it, but I can't do it right now, bro. You don't even know what I just told my wife to. I just stopped an $11 million bank loan that I didn't have the person. Like, let me enjoy this for a second before I have to come back and tell my wife, who was expecting to be over here for a long time, that we got to come back.
Chaz, alimony Chaz, what say you?
Hey,
Look at his face. You taking that car? You leaving tomorrow?
Hey man, listen. I would have asked. I probably would have asked for about. I said, hey man, listen. Hold on to that for 90 days, bro. Like, cause I gotta woo her. Cause nigga, like on some real shit, you absolutely can't turn when he hits you with that. You really want to know what heaven is? Try being God. He had me sold. He had me sold right there. Like shit.
And you know what else? You know what else? From what we learned about his character, John Ellis seemed cool enough to where he'd be like, I bet I'll give you 90.
Yeah.
He seemed cool enough to where you could get it off.
Y'all better than me. I would have been like, hey, I need to have a conversation tonight. Like we
would have had the conversation.
Ain't no 90 days. Like ain't no like nah.
But
if a nigga tell you I'm gonna put you in a position to be the most powerful man, like you already got motion, but I'm gonna put you in a position where like that motion that you looking at, that's child's play. And that's what I wanted, because he was talking to Dana Gordon. He was like, I just am not in a place that I thought that I wanted to be at this point in my life. I don't know if I could let that shit slip away for love, bro. I may not have never experienced love.
What place did
I
he
don't
want to
know.
be?
But that's Ari words, though. Ari said that. Ari said, I ain't in the place that I wanted to be in.
But we never, that was never explored on where he would want to actually be.
Like, where he ended up.
I think the place that he called and offered him to be is where he wanted to be. You the boss of all bosses, nigga. Like, you take this offer from me, you the boss of all bosses. Do you want this position or not? I'll give you. How long did he say he give him?
A week.
A week.
Yeah. Me and Mrs. Ari would have had to have that conversation 2 days from that call. And like, we got to figure this out.
And then, we would have had the conversation fast. But do you think by him taking the week that changed John's mind somewhat?
No,
because in the
because I think they did a good job of laying down the groundwork that Ari is that good. Like all the meetings we seen him break into, how he talked to people. Ari is that good to where I'll wait a week for you. Like,
No,
yeah,
no,
And
that's
I
not what I
got
meant.
everything I
That's
need,
not
but
what I
I'll wait a
meant.
week.
That's not what I meant. Like in the movie, he's not John Ellis. He's not in
See, I
John
ain't seen the movie
Ellis's.
in a while.
Oh, I was gonna say like you ain't never seen it. Like damn, that
No,
fucks
I
up everything.
seen it, but I ain't seen it in a while. I
Yeah.
ain't want to step on it
well,
before we do
he's
next
still
week
a
with it.
studio head, but the thing
Well,
is,
he's a studio head. He's not the CEO that John Ellis actually like offered him. He's
are
not
we
in the
sure?
position that I'm positive.
All
I
right, you just
literally just
watched it. All
watched it
right, cool.
today. Yeah.
Either way, it's a big like John. As soon as John Ellis said only a handful of people in the world will be making the type of money you're making,
Yeah.
like that power and all that. Yeah, man, you can't turn. It's hard to turn out jobs like that. Like it's insane.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why you have to have the conversation with your wife. And then you have to tell her, like, you know, hey, I mean, I can't just keep passing up on these gigs. I know I promised you this, but you know, but when you're the studio head,
What
you
if your
don't
wife
have to
tell
be there
you?
all the time, do you?
What if your wife tell you I'm rich already? You ain't got to do that. What would you say?
She ain't that rich. like she ain't John Ellis rich. Hold on. Like, then you
Oh
okay
I
rich.
might,
shit!
I might, I might consider it.
You might consider it.
I might consider it, but
I'm
I
50
also don't
50.
want to.
I'm 50-50.
I don't want to have to be like the one that's counting on your money. I don't want to be asked permission to go to the bank to do shit. Like I don't know.
But
It's a
see,
little bit
that's the
different.
thing though. That's the joker. You'll have the big joker in the sense of I had the opportunity to go get the bread like I needed to, but you told me not to do it because of
Oh,
your
I mean, they're
status.
not hurting for money, and they have
Now they
more
ain't
than enough
hurting.
to. Yeah, they have more than enough to live off of. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
But you having, let's say 20, 30 million plus whatever my shares cost from liquidation from Babs. Yeah, that's cool. But shit, I can make whatever you got plus what I got in my shares. I can probably make that in a
a year.
year. So you know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to turn down that shit. Like at the end of the day, that's a hard thing to do to just pass on. So I don't really I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Like whether I would but we would
I
have
agree.
a conversation. We would
I'm
definitely
50.
we would have the conversation immediately too. It ain't like
That
it
that
wouldn't be.
and that goes to my point, Chaz. You're right. That conversation is going to last at least a week if we both being logical and we taking the emotion out of it and thinking like what's best for me and you moving forward because we both agreed that we want to do this and keep the marriage going. It's that's a long conversation to have because there's a lot of perks and benefits on each side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and then
I do.
you gotta think like, all right, even she still wants her time with you. So do I gotta take sabbaticals every other month?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But what's gonna if I take this position, how do I make my marriage work? And I think that's the first question that we kind of have to, you know what I'm saying, get past. It's like, yo, how do we make this work? And I take this position. Because if we can't
Facts.
make it work, then I won't take the position because he's already chosen love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
But how
Chaz,
can
what's
we
your
make this work?
Chaz? What's your number two, man?
um
Yeah,
my
both
number
of y'all
two is
niggas leaving. It don't matter. All this, how this, it don't matter. Y'all taking that John
uh
Ellis money. Y'all leaving Greece
I am.
or the Maldives or
I
whatever
ain't
they
even gonna hold you.
Amalfi Coast, wherever they at. Y'all leaving.
Facts.
we are leaving. We are my number two is second to last. You know, Vince tries to woo Sophia. The Lucas fall in love with the pricey ass restaurant, forcing the turtle to go back to his investors. Them and they ain't putting no money into it. That's wild in itself. You telling me I got to drop 100K deposit? Yeah, that's wild because your mama's name is Bella Rosa, or it was Bella Rosa. If you don't get the fuck out of here with that shit,
That's what pissed me off the most about them. There was no collab. Like y'all pushing me around like this is a done deal, and I just got all this. Like nah, bro. Like y'all not about to. Yeah, where
nah,
your checkbook at, Turtle? Man, fuck y'all.
nah, fuck y'all.
Them
Like,
baked clams can't be that good.
I mean, shit.
I
Not enough
think
to
that's
where
how
I
he
can
sold
like,
it. I think that's how he sold it to him though. I agree with y'all. I'm
yeah.
100% in agreement with y'all. But I think Turtle presented to them like, I'm that nigga. I got the investors, Vince behind me. Just come out here. I'm gonna show you everything. But they weren't on that type of time. They wanted even bigger. Like they wanted, oh, I see this shit on TV and entertainment tonight, and this is how I feel like you should be living. And that just ain't realistic. I think that they did a good job with presenting them people and how Turtle would handle it.
I
That's
understand
fair.
Turtle's desire to be self-sufficient, but in a time when you can make yourself self-sufficient by having your boy invest in your shit and then you paying him back, it's the same fucking thing, bro. I think like he really just he was overthinking a lot of shit. I would have went to Vince, especially since Vince wanted to invest in this. And everything that you told Vince to invest in, you've been like 1,000% for real. Like every
Facts.
time that you told Vince to, you know what I'm saying, invest in this or we should look into this or da, you kind of been you kind of batting 1,000. Like so your man is definitely always like, yo, I'm a bet on you. He always is looking to bet on Turtle. So you know, and
True.
then one more thing about Vince being the ultimate best friend, he, you know what I'm saying, Turtle tells him like, yo, man, I'm striking out with these investors. They don't want to give me no more money. I just found out Avion went public and you were supposed to make 15 million. I was supposed to make 4 million, but I told you to sell my shit. You know what I'm saying? And Vince, luckily Vince actually says, you know, hey, yeah, no, I you know, I had you sell your shares and shit like that, but I kept mine and I talked to Mark Cuban. Now, why did you talk to Mark Cuban is a better question. Because had
Because it
you talked to
wasn't.
Mark Cuban,
It didn't matter. He was so thirsty to be on his own.
but
Turtle wasn't thinking long term.
had he talked to Mark Cuban, he might have known that it was probably they were going to try to make it try to go public.
I think he would have known that. I think he did. I think Turtle knew that before. I don't think he had to talk to Mark Cuban to know that. Turtle was in the ground. Like he knew the product. Turtle was so thirsty. He wanted that money now. When you ain't got nothing, when you remember a couple seasons ago, Turtle was getting $600 for allowance for the month. Like
Yeah,
nigga, I got a chance to cash out on $300K and start my own business, be the owner of a restaurant that I love, and could see like residual income from that. He was so thirsty to do it that he didn't have the foresight. Vince can afford to wait. Cause nigga, I'm
yeah,
Mhm.
rich. Now you know what I
that's
mean?
true
Whatever
too.
it is. So I think that's part of the reason why. I think that's just
That's a
that
good
greed
point.
and 300,000. Like for a lot of people, that's like a million of them. Like, damn, I ain't never thought
Yeah.
I'd make 300 for doing nothing.
Well, having that 300,000 turn into 4 million either way, that was great for him.
Facts.
You know what I'm
Straight up.
saying?
That
Like,
was one of the best moments of the show for me.
yeah,
The
When Vince told, like, out of all the seasons, all the episodes, all the
that's
scenes, when Vince
that's
told him that, and he was like, "Wait, what?" Because that shit just registered. Like having a homeboy that's that solid. I ain't even gonna stress you about it. I know what you told me to do, but I'm still using my back end because I'm famous and I'm Vince and I talked to Mark Cuban and I know what the better play looks like. I ain't even gonna worry you about it. Okay, do whatever you want to do with the Don Pepes or whatever it may be, but I'm still gonna keep you solid in this investment right here. And now you're a millionaire, but that shit was fire.
listen, that's the exact
hey,
reason
I
why
do
this
gotta
is
go ahead.
exact reason why it's my number one episode.
I can understand it. I can understand because I went
Again,
back
too.
and forth. Um, I do got a question about that 300,000. So you get 300,000 for them. Multiple stars are putting in. Are they putting in 100 or 250,000?
Looks like it
Like
That
varies.
was
A
to the
couple people said
restaurant.
some different
It
things.
was to the
Yeah.
that was
yeah,
to the restaurant. That wasn't to the tequila.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying you put your own money. You put that 300,000 into it. You said I can't put any more money into it,
Mhm.
bro. How big is this fucking restaurant gonna be? How
It's
big is it
huge.
gonna be? How
It's in Beverly Hills.
Yeah. And
Like
they
all
chose
that's
a
what I'm
that.
spot
saying.
for it. Yeah.
Like that dog. Like they really like that's a lot of money to be putting into a fucking restaurant, bro.
They
Because
didn't care.
he
They saw it on
he had
TV.
he had Tex, he had fucking Michael
Amari, they had
Strahan, he had
Strahan,
Amari,
A Rod.
A Rod. That's four people right there. Even if they're putting in 100K a piece, that's 700K. You got it wrapped into this shit. That's a lot of fucking bread. Hey, listen, that must be the best Italian restaurant of all fucking time. So yeah,
That's what.
um yeah, I'm just saying. And then to keep going, Erica, he goes talks to Melinda. Then all of a sudden, um, he shows up at the restaurant with at the farmers market with Melinda to confront Sloan. Uh, the nerve of this little midget that had like it's the craziest shit in the world. You really mad at her after you fucked her mom or her stepmom.
Crazy.
You really mad that she might be fucking this dude and you fucked her
Insane.
stepmom. Is
Hey, men do that shit all the time. Just got finished fucking your
Nah, but he
homegirl,
was
but that
wilding.
was
nah.
He was
No,
wilding
no,
though,
no,
man.
no, no,
He
no,
was
nigga.
wilding
Not
though.
ex stepmom, nigga. Homegirl and ex stepmom is two different fucking things, bro.
Bro, I'm laying in the bed with your ex
With
stepmom. I just got through smashing her. I get the phone call. I'm not getting up, putting on clothes, and pulling up on you. It's just, that's
no,
not happening.
yeah. I'm not
There's
doing that
no
either.
there's no situation where that happens.
no, no. That's you are a different breed of fucking crazy at that point.
Yeah, like you crazy,
Um,
bro.
Vincent, Vince and Ari, um, they they get in, they kind of bond over the script for Drama's movie. Ari goes to bat and tries to get everything he possibly can get done to get this movie made. And Vince goes to convince Phil. They go to convince Phil, which they do, and convince Phil of making the movie. And last but not least, uh, he finds out that Sloane's pregnant. Excellent fucking. It was an excellent fucking episode. You said it's your number one. I can completely understand.
Yep, definitely my number one, just because of everything you said. I won't touch on it more because it's all been said. I don't know if y'all have anything else to add to the end. I know that was my number two when we talked about it there. I'm assuming that's both of your number ones.
Man,
The
yeah.
end. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have anything else to add to it other than what we discussed when I talked about it at number two?
No.
Nope.
All right. Well, shout out to the characters, man. Shout out to the Entourage world. Now that we finished watching all 96 episodes, it was great to revisit them, and I just want to shout them out for the Doug Ellen, the creator, Mark Wahlberg, everybody involved for just. I really felt the emotion of, and this is something Mo also said. Man, like if you know you're leaving your guys, like damn, man, like it was cool catching up with y'all, and
So
just to see from where they went from season one to where they ended up, like just that growth and just thinking about Turtle with the head-on posters, trying to get people to sign them for contacts at Nike, to Aquaman, to everything else. It's just an incredible series, man. And I wish, obviously, they can't go back in time and redo 7 and 8, but this really could have been top 10, as we mentioned, top 8 even, at the end of the season 6 and going there. But incredible time. Before we get out of here, I do want to just give a rundown of the episodes that are going to the finale that we will be discussing and breaking down next week to crown the best episode ever of Entourage. Season 1, Busey and the Beach and The Scene are the 2 episodes. Season 2, An Offer Refused and Exodus. Season 3A, Vegas Baby Vegas, What About Bob, Sorry Ari. Season 3B, Princess Bride, Return of the King, Resurrection. Season 4, Gary's Desk and the Cons Kids. Season 5, Return to Queens Boulevard. Season 6, Sorkin Notes, Murphy's Lie, Give a Little Bit. Season 7, Porn Scenes from an Italian Restaurant. And season 8, Second to Last and the End. 19 total episodes have moved on to the finale. We will be discussing them in the same format. We're going to take the time to watch all those episodes, make some notes, make our own list of what we think is the best, and then we are going to have a conversation because that's the best thing about best episode ever. We're going to have to leave this conversation agreeing on what the best episode is. All three of us, Spike, Lou, myself, and Chaz, were all born with the gift of gab. So it's going to be very interesting to see who has the most persuasive points in conversation as we get into the thick of things. I think it's going to be easy to trim down what the real contenders are out of those 19, but to pick one individually, I'm very interested to see how that's going to work. But that's part of the fun, the best episode ever. Looking forward to it next week. Spike, Lou, Chaz, y'all got anything to say before we get out of here?
Quick question.
Yeah.
If you had to rank your top 5 characters of Entourage, how would you do it?
That's an amazing question.
How about we do that next week?
No, we're gonna. Yeah, I want to save that.
Don't push it off, Rich. I would love to do that.
Do it now. Do it now.
I mean,
you want to do it now? All right. Top 5. Top 5 and top 5 characters. It don't matter. Shit. All right. Number 5 would probably be. This might sound crazy, man. Number 5 might be Vince.
Damn.
Number 4.
Hold on. How about you, Spike? Who would you have as number 5?
I would have 5 as Sloan.
Not mad.
I think there's so much, like her character drives so much plot stuff. I would say number 5 for me is Sloan.
I'm gonna have.
Who you got a 5?
I'm gonna have Scott Lavin.
That's good. That's
I
good.
Ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. I'm keeping it core. Mine ain't gonna be. It's gonna be core 5.
Okay.
Mine's gonna be core 5.
Who you got
at 4? 2. E. No, Turtle. 4? Turtles. Believe it or not, E my number 3. Turtles my number 4.
Number 4 for me, I would say I would say Billy Walsh.
See, I'm looking at this as I would have my own list for the side.
We may have to revisit this.
The Billy Walshes and Sloans and all them, like the top 5 have to be the main 5 characters to me. Like the show it has to be. So that's why I can't.
When you say top 5, you mean Walsh.
E, Vince, Turtle, Drama, Ari.
Okay. Like, we can do that real quick. We could do that real quick. But then my number 5 would be E.
I can see that. E would be my 3, but that's because E does so much wild shit. Turtle just came up so much in the end, but yeah, I would love to do the secondary. That's why I want to do it next week. Because I will put some thought into this.
Secondary characters next week. And we can finish this, or we can do it all.
Let's do it next week, man. Let's wrap it up.
Okay. That's fine with me.
Let's wrap it up. I know my answer, but we can wrap it up.
Okay.
But with that being said, finale episode coming next week. We will have our list. So we're gonna do our top 5 characters, top 5 secondary. I want y'all to rank the seasons now that we finished it from worst to best, and then we'll talk about these. Then we'll crown a best episode.
Well, everybody's worst is 7. So
yeah, worst is 7. That's a fact.
Yeah.
And I think second to worst is probably gonna be 8.
Second to worst, worse than 4,
maybe. I think 8 is worse than 4. There's too much shit that don't make sense in 8. And like too many people didn't have anything to do. It was a very evident like let's wrap this shit up season.
Okay,
we'll talk about it.
I can't wait. This week is gonna be a hell of an episode.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So looking forward to getting into it. Either one of y'all brothers got any closing words before we get out?
No, sir. Look forward to the finale.
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
man. Absolutely. Appreciate y'all, brothers. Appreciate everybody out there for watching, listening. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. One more episode, the best episode ever, and then we'll have a very special bonus episode of the Culture Garden after that. But this is wrapping up. It's been a pleasure. I'll see y'all next week. Y'all be cool. Hey, y'all be cool. Peace out.
Peace.